Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's do a level 99 review of Yerma. And the timing of this video is a little bit self-serving because there's the raid going on, and then Yerma is the character that I'm going to use to join other people's rooms. And some people, or maybe a lot of people, they still don't understand the great use of steal time in raids. So maybe this video I can put it out, and then I can join rooms more easily. But actually it hasn't been that much trouble joining rooms, and Yerma, she actually may be the best character for this raid, because she can join Mediana teams or Lucia teams in order to help with their chains, or she can even join Slash teams and then just become an attacker for that. So yeah, it's been pretty easy to join rooms actually. Some people do kick me out, but yeah. But anyway, Yerma here, this is going to be my first level 99 review in Global, so that's pretty exciting. I sometimes worry about how useful my reviews are in the JP version, because we're just looking at Japanese, but there should be no confusion here. And then I decided to go for Yerma in Global because I didn't use her in JP. But having used her for these 2 months, she is a wonderful attacker, my #1 attacker easily here, and I'm very grateful to have her. But even more so now with the raid going on now. But up front I will say what I've said before about her. I can really only recommend her to completionists and newer players that don't have another top tier attacker. She is super solid with some nice niche uses, but she's not the best at anything. Other units have longer range, or more slayers, or like better AoE attacks, or more status effects, or more movement, but Yerma's still great. She is wind element, so automatically we should think about the advantage on Mont she gets, which still many PvP teams use. Main job Viking, sub job Knight, and Thief. And these are all slash type attack jobs, so she'll fit the meta for the next 3 months at least. Viking is great for short to medium range attacks, Knight is good for breaks and more short range attacks, and Thief is good for status effect stuff and some movement stuff. And I always forget to talk about the Master ability, but this can really give you a hint on how to play the character. But critical up and then accuracy up. So those are 2 stats that you might want to continue to buff up as you use her. But looking at the Viking skills, the marquee skill is Launch, which is actually in her sub-job. I use this 80% of the time. Decent range, many uses per battle, low cost, giant damage with a high critical rate. I often get over 3,000 damage with this, and it just mangles Mont. Her probably next best attack is in her Viking main job, and that is Kneebreaker. But you can only use it in a straight line, and it has zero elevation, so it's actually kind of difficult to use. It does pierce, however, so it will hit everybody in that line. But it can do more damage in the right situation, especially if you can hit more than one guy at once. And then she has a bunch of short-range attacks which have some specialties to them. Let's see, Delicious Blow here will do XL damage to target. I don't know how many attacks there are in the game with an XL multiplier on there, but this is pretty good, but a little bit of a casting time, so you want to make sure your target doesn't move away by then. And then Drain Cyclone, I love this because it can hit multiple guys around her and then absorb the damage, so she has a little bit of self-sufficiency there. And then a Killing Axe, which will hit the 3 squares in front of her, so it's kind of a short AoE attack, and then being able to attack those diagonal squares is really useful, more useful than you might think. And then it gives her Man-Eater, which of course is great in PvP. A little bit expensive at 34 AP, so I don't use it too often, but yeah. And then as for jobs, I think you mostly want to stick to the Viking sub-job, just because Launch is that good. If you wanted to use the Knight sub-job, you really want to take advantage of those breaks. But there are some nice things in here, like Power Break, and then the other stat breaks, Magic Break, and Speed Break. They can also hit those 3 squares in front of you, so that's a little bit of AoE there. And then a Trinity Break, this will break Attack, Magic, and Agility, and get a bit of range in there as well. So yeah, there's some nice stuff in here. And then not everybody with the Knight subjob gets Trinity Break, Engelbert being one of them, so that's a nice addition to her skill set. The thing about breaks, though, is that they're kind of difficult to use in auto battle, because you have like a variety of them, and you don't know if auto battle is going to use the correct one. I kind of feel like the Knight subjob is better in like a support kind of function, like Sasayaki. You're not counting on Sasayaki for damage, but she can help support you in addition to her tanking with those breaks. With Yerma, you really want to use her for damage, so yeah, it can be a little bit difficult to take advantage of these short-range attacks. But Yerma is better at getting close to enemies than many other characters, because she has very nice HP, and then some defensive abilities, so yeah, she can get in close to the enemy. And it's actually pretty hard to one-punch her. Mediana and Gilgamesh may be the only ones, because she's weak to both the ice and the magic. And we can look at the resistances there, so yeah. But good natural resistance to a projectile, which is very current right now. And then last subjob is Thief. And then this is a useful job in any rarity. So even like Mia and stuff, they can be useful. But to get these skills in a very beefy UR unit is also very nice. She does not have Mug or Steel Heart, unfortunately, but she does have Steel Time, which is great against difficult bosses, like the Iron Giant Challenge. You can slow them down and then take fewer attacks, and against raid bosses where you want to slow them down in order to enable more chaining. And then she has Shadow Cast. This is an evasion self-buff. Then also Steel Vision, which will lower the enemy's accuracy. You can use those together to really sort of help with your evade. And Yerma, she could be a good candidate for an evade team. I've said this before, but like you only really need maybe one or two very evadey characters in your evade team, because I don't think you would want 3. You might be low on damage there. So get the 2, like Shadow Lynx and Kiton, like I do, and then that third character, you can change in whomever you like. I'm using Yerma right now because she's just a good damage dealer. One thing about Yerma, however, is that she equips helms, not hats. So she can't take advantage of Wizard's Hat or Sage's Hat. But with Helm, you can get even more projectile resistance, so that can help you even further against like Lucia and stuff. And then also in Thief, she gets a Snipe Dagger, which a lot of people seem to like, but I don't think it's worth the AP cost. Has a little bit of range, medium damage, chance of confusion. But yeah, for that cost, I don't know. I think if I had access to the on-off switch, I might turn off Snipe Dagger when I'm using Thief in auto battle. But let me know if you love this ability. I would like to love it as well. Much more appealing to me is the Sneak Attack. It's short range, but if you can get behind the enemy, you'll get the critical hit, and then L damage, which is pretty nice. And then 25 AP, that's not bad. Okay, then for support abilities, I have Viking Lore, HP and attack up. That's a nice double bonus. Unyielding Protection raises missile resistance. I'm using her in the arena right now. And then she has an HP up, an AP up, Divine Protection, resistance from debuffs. That hasn't come in handy too much. And then a Thief Lore, move +1, Rage's Agility. I was debating using this instead of the projectile resistance one, but yeah, move +1 and then Rage's Agility. That's pretty important for her because she has the real basic move 3, jump 1, and then agility is so-so, but not fast, I would say, so yeah, she can really benefit from that Thief support skill. And then for reaction, I have a Sword Guard on her for now. This will reduce damage from physical or magic. You have a chance at that. And then a quick action, which will further raise her agility. That could be good. And then Fighting Spirit. This one's interesting. I like it, but as you can see, I've turned it off for now. But you get hit, and then you might restore some HP. And then there's a smaller chance that you will be inflicted with Berserk. And then with Berserk, your attack goes up, but you lose control of the character. And then I think they will just do the regular attacks. I put this on sometimes when I'm just farming easy quests because I don't care if the character is playing very efficiently, just as long as they keep attacking, so this can work out for there. But for higher difficulty stuff like the Iron Giant Challenge or PvP, I take this off. Okay, and then finally, let's talk about her Trustmaster. And this is really good. This is one of the best Trustmasters in the game, actually. But it is a light armor, will give you over 400 HP and 8 defense. That's pretty good for light armor. You could consider putting this on your mages, gunners, ninjas. I think they would all benefit from the 400 HP and 8 defense. But the real reason to want to use this is the active skill. Self-buff will significantly raise your own attack and accuracy rate for 3 turns. Significantly and 3 turns, that combination is pretty crazy. The buff to attack actually is just basic. It's like most other self-attack buffs. But the accuracy rate self-buff is very crazy, especially if you can max this to level 20. I hope I can do this someday. Okay, here, let's try out Yeruma's Trustmaster. Mine is leveled up to level 4, I think. And I'm going to have Mont equipped with nothing, attacking Shadowlings with my most evady equipment. So with Shadowlings, let's use Utsusemi. This will be her greatest self-buff for evasion. Okay, then Mont attacking from the front, 18%. From the side, 33%. And from the back, 48%. Okay, this time, let's equip Mont with Yeruma's Trustmaster. So we'll use that first, Blood Boil. And move to the front of Shadowlings. And then we'll use Utsusemi with her again. Okay, and then Mont attacking from the front. 60%. That's a gain of 40. And from the side, 75. And from the back, 90. That's crazy. So yeah, you could equip this Trustmaster on anybody that you want to have target like evade units. So gunners or people like that. Or anybody that can use a sword, because you can equip them with Excalibur and then get another great accuracy buff there. And yeah, that's good for 3 turns again, so that's super crazy. That can make you really dangerous against evade teams. So yeah, she has some really interesting niche roles. Chain Enabler, Mont Slayer, and Evade Hunter, in addition to being just a strong all-around attacker with a fairly good defense. I hope you can tell from the tone of my voice, but I really like her. Really happy to have her in my global account. But the way that I equip her is pretty straightforward. I'll just give her the Golden Axe here. And then I'll give her her Trustmaster. And then the last slot, I can give her something for more accuracy. I could give her the Alexandrite Ring, for example. Or I could give her this Hero's Ring, give her some evasion and then bravery. And then for Espers and Vision cards, I'd want to maybe raise her agility, raise her attacks, of course. You can give her the Tetrasylphid for the raise the wind damage, Odin for Maneater, But yeah, stuff like that. Okay, and then let's end the video on me taking her through the raid. That might be interesting to look at. Okay, so this will be a level 99 raid, and I'm working with 3 other Lucias. And then we can or we don't have to take down the little green guys, it's not necessary. But I'll wait for the big chocolate pudding to come over, and then all of these Lucias will be buffing themselves. That's what they should be doing now, not using their 4-hit attack. Then I'm going to use Steal Time on the chocolate pudding, have its CT gauge, and then give myself agility. It's important that I get that agility so I can get out more Steal Times. Okay, and then we have a couple turns until the big chocolate pudding acts again. So one Lucia will start the chain, I will Steal Time again, and then I'm going to move out of the way so I don't get hit by the bullets. Okay, double hit there, almost 9999 damage, very good. Okay, another 2 hits there. And then I can take the hits better than Lucia, I would say, so I like to get close to the chocolate pudding with Yerma. Okay, another double hit there. One more Steal Time for good measure, and then I'll get out of the way again. And double hit again, and there goes the raid with 7 turns to spare. That's pretty good. So, maybe not the most exciting showcase of Yerma. She did 0 damage in that fight. But still, very useful, and easy for me to join rooms. Okay, I think that will do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.